Fjordur. Not just the gamma bosses, and not just one. We do all 4 bosses, and we do them on alpha. Got a few extra mods up our sleeves besides those, but did take a little while to get through. We did die a few times. Most of this was live streamed. You can catch it on the channel for anything you missed. Shout out to all the creators that came before and did this challenge. It was not easy. It was fun. And with that, now let's get into it. Ha ha ha. Oh, gather around and listen to old man Addikt tell you his tale of one day waking up on a strange beach with a weird glowy rock on his arm. There was creatures everywhere that wanted to kill us, and I don't even know what that thing is. We had some fun though. Wait, how did it start? Yes, just like every other ARK beginning. You pick up on a beach and you scratch your arm. Luckily on this beach, like you can find on Ragnarok, there are these handy little boxes here that you can smash and get some free loot. I got a metal hatchet and a crossbow right off the bat. Winning, that's, yeah. And some free cooked meat and spoiled meat. First alpha creature we found was a Lystra, and got a little bit of hide from it. And started killing some turtles because I knew I was going to need to make a PT saddle as soon as possible. Down with the ichthyes. Plus this blue moss chop that wanted some medu berries, which I totally had. And then it wanted some prime fish meat. I totally did not have that, so I knocked out this PT instead. Pretty low level, like a 60, you know, just a starter. Gave it some meat and went and killed the moss chops for its hide. Then we came across this 156 PT and I was like, I knocked out that other one with the boomerang. I can do it with this one too, right? After it got away, I was trying to knock out this Dillo with a boomerang, and the first PT woke up. And then I just kept trying to knock out the Dillo with a boomerang. It did not work. Then the PT got involved because we got too close. No, don't do that. Go up there, fly away. But it got stuck on a rock, and it didn't fly away. First death. Had this Dillo on the run until it had us on the run, but luckily I was fast enough to get some distance and then get that nice headshot in there. I'll take that hide, thank you sir, and those arrows back. We went to the near resource cave and tried to get some crystal, but our primitive pick was not getting any. So we went back and we made our first house. Put down some amenities. The Viking mod has a little storage system there. Looks pretty cool. Got crafted some narcotics. Or not. Okay, hey, we found that 156 again. And this time, the bullet did work. Must have had some torpor from the last time. Then we went and did something really scary and really dumb. I didn't even know you could do this until a few days ago. You can apparently just walk up to Elite Sickness and scrape some prime fish meat off of it. Yeah. You want to do that day 2 of a hardcore mode? Do ya? I didn't want to, but I mean, I needed some fish meat. I needed something to tame that PT with. So go. Oh, okay, it worked. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, so we did get 50 pieces, which is pretty good. Gave it to the PT and waited for it to tame up. After crafting our smithy, we had entered the Metal Age. With our new metal tools, we went back to the resource cave to get some actual crystal this time, and it actually worked. With the crystal, we were able to make our awesome spyglass, and then we continued our turtle massacre. Now that we had a PT, we needed a saddle. So we just killed all the turtles on the beach. Yeah, you know, leave no witnesses. Made our first PT saddle and went on our first flight. But we had to put that one away first. It's a spare, you know, just in case. We landed right next to this Rex with no stam, but we got away pretty quick, and then luckily found this beautiful lake to put a house next to. So we started deforesting the entire area. Later we would start building our fence because we didn't want anybody to get in, but that took all day just to get 80% of it done. Had to put in a gate because, you know, gotta be able to get out. Then we put down this pretty cool building from the Viking mod. And early morning, day 3, we went all the way back to our starter building to get all the resources and all the stuff so we didn't have to craft it again. Like our smithy. And 2 forges. Pop those down. Started making some flak armor. Finally got to the end of our fence building here. Yes, old man Matpat, no one can come into my yard. You're not allowed. You're not in the tribe. I'm gonna go. I kind of want it to like poke out like a little bit, but there's like this weird lip here I can't really get around. I just don't want to like place it anywhere. I don't want anything to like walk over it, you know? Like, you gotta be sure. You gotta be safe. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Still only able to craft 1 narcotic, but we'll get to that later. Let's go hunt for some Deinonychus eggs, because there's so many in this area. Let's see if we can find any good ones. Turns out most of these eggs were pretty low level, like not even triple digits. So I'm just gonna save those for the kibble later. Yeah, sounds good. Spotted a few more nests, but I had to kite away a few angry parrots and a few sabers. But luckily, I did get them far enough away so I could steal the egg, which was no good. Then I remembered the Helm's Deep has a secret cave in the back with a bunch of silica pearls. Well, whoa, wait for it to load, and then go in. Whew, okay. Mini heart attack there, but we did get a good bit of pearls. Yeah, no black pearls. We'll get those later. Found some obsidian. We needed that for some scissors because we needed a proper haircut. We hatched our best egg, 102. We took the baby out and it hid so well in the long grass, I just couldn't find it. We did come across this alpha moss chop, but it needed rare flowers and I only had rare mushrooms. I knew where to get rare flowers, but they weren't really just for free. We got away though. The moss chop wanted cooked prime meat, which I haven't killed any prime meat givers yet, but we did have our brand new Deinonychus, and we took it out and found an RG. Used its prime meat to go back and try and tame up that alpha moss chop. But as soon as we got down to the beach, it was attacked by 3 dillos, and we lost all effectiveness on it, and had to start again. 1 flower, 1 mushroom. But it finally worked. Next thing on the resource list to get was organic polymer, and luckily on Fjordur there's a pretty easy place to get it if you know where to go. I mean, easy if you call the swamp island easy. But you want to find these dead creatures right here and harvest them up. Moss Chop did pretty well. Got a couple hundred off of those too. Took some X seeds back. Ran into this capro, and I thought the Moss Chop might actually attack it and do something, but it just kind of ran away. It didn't even like try to defend itself because it's still the Moss Chop. So we got out of there before we got attacked again. I was finally able to make a decent amount of narcotics and plugged back in, and it was day 6. But it was the end of day 6, so it was really day 7. Cool. It was the early dawn of day 7. We knocked out this high-level tech parasaur. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We named him Duke Furthington. And the first yellow drop I came across, I found this really good long neck. Whoa! But I didn't have anything to make darts yet, and then I tried to knock out this Rex, but got into a fight with the trike, and the trike won. Thanks, trike. So I came over here to borrow some cementing paste from the beavers, and I say borrow, but I never give it back. But they remembered that I borrowed it last time, and they weren't happy. That's okay, I needed the fur. I needed a lot of fur. In the Alpha Everything bench, you can put your armor inside, and with the Alpha Essence, double your armor's armor rating. So for primitive flak, it doubled up to 200, and on day 7, that's pretty good. Pretty good. You know what's also pretty good day 7? Finding a 201 Tech Rex ready to tame up with a juvenile male in tow. That's a twofer where I come from. As long as you don't die and you don't mess up the tame. Now on our last arrow, it hit and I totally thought the torpor was going to carry over. Ran back to the Moss Chop. No, wasn't knocked out yet. It was in fact just on this waterfall right here, so we had to go all the way back to base and craft up more narcotics because I didn't have any narcotics, and then I only had the 3 arrows when I came back. Picked up this Enki that we were taming, and with the last of the 3 arrows, finally hit it, and it went down. Oh my gosh. Tamed up her and her juvenile baby, came back and made a fabricator. Then we did dumb move number 2 and decided to go try and steal a wyvern egg on day 8 on a unimprinted PT that wasn't even like max level. What was I thinking? This did not end well for the PT. Luckily we had a glide suit on and we could get out of there. Unfortunately, that's an alpha wyvern. Fortunately, this glide suit comes with a boost, and we were able to get out of there. We got back to base with no PT, and the Rex didn't ask any questions about it, and I didn't mention it. Then we spotted this PT taking a swim, and decided that was a good replacement. It was a good thing it knocked out on the ledge, because we immediately got attacked by compies. Seriously, where did you even come from? We finally had our first baby from our breeding Tech Rexes, and it was alright, Go ahead and imprinted it, so we have a little Tech Rex in our pocket when it got all big and grown up. Day 9 and we had a few more eggs to crack. No good levels though, so we went fishing. Went ahead and crafted up 109 arrows thanks to the Moss Chop's gathering berry ability. And next we needed to get some farms going, which means we needed a pooper. And as expected, microraptors always come in uninvited. While that guy was down, we spotted a 162 male PT, which gave us a breeding pair, which was a good thing because we need some imprinted PTs. Oh, Microraptors, really? Would you stop it? Just... Then, just when I think I have the Microraptor problem under control, an Alpha Deinonychus wants to come in and play. With our new tames in tow, we brought the piggy back and made him poop a bunch. But that means we needed a dung beetle. And luckily, on this map, there's an entire cave full of nothing but dung beetles. Just be careful. If they have any babies around, all of them will turn hostile and they will all attack you. Once I found we had enough dung beetles, I got rid of the witnesses. No milk cartons with, "Have you seen this dung beetle?" Once we got back, we cracked our first PT egg and a random Microraptor egg that we found on the ground. Don't know what to call you, but later we find out that you're completely useless. Went ahead and started our first crop area to get those crops going early because we needed some kibble to get some better tames, and best way to get kibble is to have crops first, to make the brews, to make the kibble. Oh, it's a long process. So we started early. Luckily, I knew where to get some free seeds from this abandoned crop not too far away. Pretty cool. In this red drop, we got trolled. And then we spotted a 180 alpha allosaurus. Might have to go back and get that. But first, we had some crops to plant. So I had heard through the grapevine that if you have a Microraptor on your shoulder, and it's on aggressive, and it's there, and it will stop other Microraptors from attacking you. Or so I thought. Maybe I didn't have the settings right, but no, it did not. Not only did it not stop the first one, and we get attacked by this freaking raptor, no, we got hit again. Yep, nope. Luckily the Tech Rex was doing its business. And then we're like, okay, we're cool, let's get out of here. No. Again. Useless, Microraptor. You are absolutely useless. I just wanted a nice, peaceful metal run. Is that too much to ask? On our way back, we spot this high-level Alpha Tech Rex, and it was a little too close to the base. So we had to go and introduce it to some beavers. Although, I do come back and tame you up later, Big Mama. Don't you worry. We tried crafting up some stuff, but it just takes so long in the cooking pot. Oh my gosh. On our way down to the rat cave, we spot this beautiful gator I'm definitely going to go back for. Now, one of the secrets of this map is sometimes you get things you're not supposed to harvest from things you're harvesting, like crystal from a bush with the moss chops. Now, I forgot why we came down here specifically other than resources, but this Alpha Carna was really giving me a hard time. So we killed its baby. We're going for the loot crate here. And a frickin' Perlovia rock drake attack 2 for 1. And of course it's the moss chop, and the moss chop doesn't fight back. Luckily, we got a pocket Tech Rex and we took care of the rock drake. But again, the moss chop just ran away. Again, one of the secret things you can harvest here, nameless venom from a rock. The loot crate was pretty good because we got a nice little pump action shotgun, and decided to go ahead and team up this Megalosaurus because, you know, didn't want to leave it on its own, and I never had one before. But then this other Carno just came out of nowhere again. Okay, luckily the Rex was nearby. Then we went ahead and killed this Carcanos. Why? Yeah, that's why. Later in the cave, we come across this other loot crate and got a really good compound bow and some legging blueprints. Although I could never get the bow to work right, I don't know. Went ahead and crafted up just enough kibble to go ahead and tame up this big old gator. Although day 11, having to force feed a giant gator kibble into its mouth is not the funnest thing to do. But it worked. And then just look at the size of this thing. Like, it's freaking huge. Its mouth, not even open, is taller than I am. Like, what? I'm glad you're on my team, buddy. Go ahead and give you a pretty cool paint job. How about that? Yeah. We finally had our best male, and we named him Jorge the Third. Don't ask about the first two. Out looking for some Datons, and we come across this pack of wolves that I thought I kited all the way off the cliff. But no, there was a Purlovia. And some more wolves. This was not looking good for your boy. So luckily we had that compound bow, and it worked with the stone arrows, and it did some pretty good damage. And our armor did pretty good at holding up because we upgraded it to alpha. But this PT like barely survived. I don't know how it did, but it did. Just barely. After that, I decided it was time to upgrade our flyer, and went ahead and found this mid-level alpha griffin. Yeah. Last flyer I'll ever need. Went to trinket, and it totally kind of woke up and freaked me out, and I didn't have enough arrows. I definitely did not have enough arrows. But we tried. We put all the arrows we had into it. So yeah, we went back, and finally, at the end of day 11, had enough trinks into it, and it passed out. Finally, at the end of day 11, it tamed up, and we flew back on our alpha griffin. Oh yeah. And then we built a greenhouse. Things were looking pretty good for your boy. But we had to log off, and this was a live server, so we logged back on, and it was day 19. But we also went ahead and found the hatchet skin down in the secret cave. Go ahead and check the live stream for that. And then we spotted a max level Spino, but it wanted to get into a fight with everything, so we just netted the stegos to let it kill the stegos, and then we went ahead and knocked it out. But it was also fighting this alpha Dodic, and I was like, we should probably tame that up too, right? Yeah, let's do that. So once the Spino was done taming, we picked it up in a Pokeball and continued to knock out the Dodic, which took the rest of the day. Went ahead and gave it just all the Meju berries because I didn't know how much it was going to take, and then we went on a loot run. I found some pretty good things here and there, not gonna lie. Came back and it was all tamed up. Day 20, and I needed some more cementing paste. It was good to see that Big Mama was still there, but I needed to borrow some from the beavers again. But they were still just as pissed off as the first time. But once it was clear, we went ahead and got the big dam as well. With all that cementing paste, we were able to make our first chem bench, a fridge which we hid behind the wine rack because it looks kind of ugly, but you know, and a cooker because we could finally cook some stuff. Oh yeah! Finally, on day 20, it was time to go and get some levels on Jorge and get some meat and some hide while we're at it. While we were out, we spotted 168 giga, just chilling. I don't think Jorge's ready to take that guy on yet, so yeah. We went down to the Wyvern Trench and stole some eggs properly. This time we actually got out with one. Now I knew you could whip eggs, and you can use tools from the back of a thylacolea, but apparently you cannot whip eggs from the back of a thylacolea. you gotta be off the tentacle, and then you can rip the egg. But it's cool because it was 222, and it wouldn't light because I was just one freaking torch short. It was there, I just didn't turn it on. Just one short. But we got our first little wyvern, and we left him there to raise up. Found our first megatherium because there are a couple caves on this map that if you don't have a megatherium, you are gonna die. Yeah, you need a megatherium. And a good healer, so we found this pretty cool snow owl. Then I spent the next few days just building and then gathering some more resources so that I could build some more, because I didn't like having to go up and down all those stairs on that pre-built building. So I liked the big open kind of flat area, and that was cooler. So I did that, but it took like 4 days. But I did get some really good experience out of it, so there's that. Went back down to the rad cave to get some more resources and decided it was time to name our alpha thylacolea she-devil. Went ahead and used the Stenoticus as bait for that Perlovia, and it worked out pretty well. Because it also drew on the Carnos. Those dang old Carnos. Then we came across our first Ascendant flak chest piece, and some flak leggings, also Ascendant level. Nice! Still needed to finish this thing, but it was getting there. It was getting there, slowly but surely. We moved the crops over so we could have them a little closer, put the greenhouse up, and put our breeding area up. Went ahead and got Duke set up on patrol duty, and then got some ACs set up to crack the eggs. Wait, you can't tell that's 4? Went ahead and replaced our fence around our base and tidied up a bit to finally be done with our construction. Now it's just time to raise some babies, and all good babies start with cuddles. Got that 180 aloe trapped and knocked it out. Didn't really come in handy, but you know. Out on a metal run with our tech Anki, just, you know, smacking away. And then all of a sudden, this alpha T-Rex just comes over and ruins the party, but don't worry, I think this Anki can take it. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be just fine. Then we spotted this little guy here in the quarry and tamed him up. Maybe he would be more useful than the Microraptor. We hatched up this Bronto egg, and we finally were able to gather some real berries. Nice. We need a few more artifacts to make our first boss run, and one of them was in a very dangerous cave. Took the long way around to kill all the wolves and Perlovias and polar bears and yetis, because we were going to need a lot of fur to make the best fur armor we could to survive Jotunheim. Now your first time down here, you will have to break this rock hiding the first artifact of the cave. The artifact of the strong. That's right. You can use a glide suit through here, but I don't trust it, because just below is the murder death snow. So yeah, I'm just gonna grapple. get all of their attention, and they get all aggroed on you, and then you go over here, they will fall down into the hole, and you don't have to worry about it. Now I was trying to get this last Perlovia to get out of the ground, so we had to use a creature to entice it out. But it worked. Pretty good. Pretty good. And we got our artifacts. And finally, at the end of day 42, we had 6 of the 13 artifacts. Decided to move the nanny a little closer to Duke. He was saying he was getting lonely and didn't have anyone to talk to. Outside the entrance to the bear cave, we knew that the Megatherium would be our best bet because of, yeah, that. Yeah, if you're not bringing a Megatherium down here, you're gonna get swarmed, like by a giant stink cloud. There are some pretty good loot crate spots in here, just like getting this one beautiful long neck blueprint right here. That's just dandy. Or how about this amazing Ascendant Rex saddle? Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Now, the only way to survive the swamp cave is to have a full hazmat suit, which means you will need condensed gas balls. Luckily, I knew where to go and put down some gas mains. So, 2 days before this video's first release, Nikitas changed this bug. You can no longer swim through this lava with no damage taken. Sorry about that, but that means you just gotta go get yourself a magma sword? Ran into another Carno again, but at least this one gave me some really good helmet. What? So the bone Rex helmet's not bad, but I wanted the Viking skin. So on day 54, we had enough to make our first hazmat suit and go down into the swamp cave. There aren't as many bugs down here, but you still need a Megatherium. Found ourselves with a little bit of a leech problem. And then with a little hardcore parkour, we made it across. And despite the leeches in the water, we went for the skin crate to get the helmet skin, and it wasn't there. No, even when on the respawn, we didn't get the helmet. Great. But at least we had a campfire to get rid of the leeches. The rest of the cave is fairly straightforward, and you don't have to worry about leeches, although you do have to worry about the onyx. Ran into a couple bugs on the way out, but at this point that means we had all the artifacts that we needed to go do some boss fights. And on day 56, we went and tamed a Spino. Now, did we ever use this Spino? No. Nope. But it was a really high level. And then I saw some mutton floating around. I was like, I could tame that. Let me tame that. This was the first time She-Devil had ever had raw mutton, and she said it tasted a little gamey. I mean, I really like cooked lamb, but, you know, to each their own. Come to find out, we still needed a couple more artifacts, and this cave was not my favorite. Let's say that. It had killed me twice on previous attempts, so I was not happy having to come in here. But it was pretty smooth sailing, and we were able to get both artifacts with pretty good ease. The way out, though, is when I always die. Not on the way in, always on the way out. Tried gliding out, but you can't. Just barely made it to that rock. And then it was time to go do the Gamma Broodmother. So I decided to take all the alpha creatures I thought would be useful, like the Alpha Thylacoleo and the Alpha Allosaurus and the Alpha Moschops. It was just Gamma, and with Big Mama I was pretty sure we were gonna do it and it was gonna go over pretty smooth. As a side note, major respect for building your own arenas for these boss fights. So good, so good. But then in the middle of the boss fight I realized bringing a Moschop was the dumbest thing ever because he just ran away. The owl was taking a bunch of damage, so I had to hop off, put it in the Pokeball, and then very quickly get back to killing the Broodmother. But, like I thought, Big Mama didn't have any problems taking down this Gamma Broodmother. And then we found a snag. Timer? No timer. I didn't notice that until editing. All I knew is somehow, for some reason, the timer to teleport out had just disappeared. And we were stuck inside the boss arena with no way out. And the only way you could get out is if like you die and just like respawn somewhere, right? But I didn't want to die. Not like this. Not like this. So I tried logging back into the server, but I was still in the boss arena. Okay. That leaves us with one thing left to do, and I didn't want to have to do it. Reset the server to a different save point, which set us back by an entire day, which means I had to go back into the lava cave to get the artifacts. Once back in, we pretty much made short work of the Broodmother, but we only took in Big Mama just because we knew she could handle it. And with that, we had our first official boss down, the Gamma Broodmother, day 56. We needed the Devour artifact, which is at the back of Mariana's depths, and it's not easy to get down there. So you better have a creature that's pretty fast, or very tanky. I recommend being fast, and not getting stuck. And with that, we had all the artifacts we needed to take on the Gamma Megapithecus. Decided just to bring Big Mama and Jorge, because I'm pretty sure we could take him down, and it was a pretty quick fight. I made one little mistake after getting this taxidermy. Decided to put these guys away in the Pokeball, but then their cache was underneath the Megapithecus. Luckily, I was able to use the S+ Omni tool and pull the element from the item cache into my inventory with seconds to spare. When we got back, we moved the nanny because Duke was complaining that all she talked about was crypto, and he believed in Bitcoin, but he didn't really want to invest in it just yet, so yeah, we kind of separated them. But because we had to go and redo everything, that means we had to retame the Spino and the sheep just cause. It was time to go get some black pearls, and I went for probably the most dangerous area to go and find black pearls on the map. Like, there's other areas that are underwater that maybe aren't as dangerous as the magma sword den, but we did get a lot of black pearls, so I think it was all good in the end. Now, I wasn't gonna leave without taking some eggs with me, so I knew I had to be quick because I was gonna piss off all the magma swords in the area, but me and Big Mama were ready. Magma swords ain't got shit on me! With our black pearls and magma sword eggs, we made a graceful exit. We raised our baby, but magma swords need ambergris to raise up, and the only place on this map to get it is in the abyssal depths. Yep, this is the only place to find ambergris and alpha mosas, apparently. I definitely needed some new scuba leggings after this. Are we good? Are we safe? I always forget which rock gives you the ambergris and which one gives you condensed gas. But is that another one? Finished taming up the mosasaur. I don't know why. It was completely useless on this map. But we had the ambergris for a magmasaur, and that's what really mattered. Why not go ahead and get some tech stuff going, because we had it all unlocked. We just didn't have the generator yet. And the only place on this map to get deathworm horns is wait, is that an alpha giga? Yep, that's an alpha giga. And the only place to get them is from these petrified deathworms, which you just go up and smash with your pick. And now we can do Gamma Manticore. I ended up bringing a bunch of Deinonychus and Wyvern and Big Mama, and that was just too many. There was just too much stuff going on. I put too many away in the Pokeball and only left 2 Deinonychus out, but Big Mama still did the majority of the work and still took it down. And with like 1 hit left, like it knew. It just got up and flew away. It's just like, come on, 1 more hit, one more. See, told you. 1 more hit. Like that. On day 69, all the Gamma bosses had been defeated. Then on day 77, it was time to go to Jotunheim. 204 fortitude, 1400 hypothermic insulation, and we are still losing health, people. Yeah, we came back. And then started the final artifact run one more time through all the caves. Hopefully we don't have to reload the save point and do the caves again. But this time things went pretty smooth. 80% of the time, it works every time. Now, this time we tried to use a Rex to entice the Purlovia out, and it didn't work, but really? Really? We eventually got the Purlovia, and we eventually got our artifact. being wary of Purlovias, I used the aloe as bait, and we made it through pretty clear. Except for this small bat problem on the way out. I mean, really? Come on. And can I just say, I've been sleeping on the Magmasaur as a stone and metal gatherer. Holy crap! Come to find out, if you use bug repellents, it keeps away the bugs. And also leeches. Who knew? I think I knew, I just totally forgot and didn't bring bug repellent last time. But it wears off quick, and it also works on Onyx, so go ahead and bring a couple. Small side effect from the bug repellent, it makes you a little gassy. Sorry about that, excuse me. Gave our new helmet a proper paint job, and we were looking like a mighty Viking. Had a mini panic moment trying to get this artifact down here because we got meshed into the ceiling and the creature at the same time. Couldn't pick it up with the Pokeball and couldn't mount it. Finally, somehow got her away and we got our artifact, but damn, that's a big gator. One more time to get the artifact of the devourer, but as long as we are pretty quick, we should be fine. Now we needed one more artifact, the artifact of the massive, which is hidden behind a very scary maze. Now if you want to see how we did that run, go ahead and check out the live stream or check out the speed run video that we put up. Pretty cool. But yeah, we go through here and then yeah, nothing happened while we were down there. It was completely fine. What? Press the right buttons and you get your artifact. Now we just had this cave. Again, it wasn't the getting in that's hard, it's the getting out. But, okay, I said that too soon. Got some decent loot out of these loot crates though. Now this is what I was dreading, and yeah, I just went with the safe route and just go ahead and grapple out, grapple all the way out. That's it. Just don't miss it. Don't miss. Never had to go in that cave again. Then we spotted this really high-level tech quetz, and I didn't need a quetzal, but it's a high-level tech quetz, so I wasn't gonna let it just pass me by. It did take the entire day to tame it, but on day 82, we finally found a high-level beauty, and it was alpha flavor, so win-win. Now, I probably should have come more prepared, but there was all these things around. I didn't have a trap. I ran out of net projectiles in the middle of all this. So I tried to like get it stuck up on this cliff, which worked for a little bit. Like, it was totally working until it started to run. And then it got itself trapped in this cave. And I was like, hey, perfect. Stay in the cave. Right there. Don't move. And then it moved. Then we got on the back of the Thyla because it was a little easier to fall around on the ground. And these freaking carnos just keep coming out of everywhere. Stay away from my Yudi. Despite all that, I finally got it knocked out and still got 100% taming effect on it. Not bad. To do alpha boss fights, you need tributes, and that means you need 2 gigahearts. And unfortunately, the only giga I found was a 168 or an alpha giga, so I went for the 168. But I needed to get the alpha giga away so I could harvest the giga's heart, which is easier said than done. And unfortunately, this alpha giga is, it's pretty fast. Yep. Oh, yep, it's fast. Luckily, I got distracted by something else, and then I went to go get my Giga Heart. And somehow inadvertently meshed myself inside the dead Giga. I couldn't get onto my tame. I couldn't use my tools to harvest the body. I was kind of stuck. I was worried because there was an alpha giga just right over there. Luckily, I could soul ball this creature and we got the fuck out of there. Right after we harvest some giga meat. We needed a lot of deathworm horns and a lot of fire talons. Dude, I didn't even steal the egg yet. What are you? Okay, cool. That's fine. Logging back in the next day, there was a dino wipe, so there was no more alpha giga, and the only thing that remained was this 162. So I had to kill it for its heart, very slowly. We were going around the island looking for some meat and hide, and then we came across this 180 basilisk. Unfortunately, we weren't going to be able to tame it. It did have a juvenile alpha basilisk, and I was like, hey, we can pick this up, take it back to base and tame it. It'll be cool, right? Well, it didn't really work out. Like, we could pick it up, and it wasn't aggroing on us, but then we tried to put some eggs down and it didn't want the eggs. I didn't know what to do. I tried building a trap around it while it was moving, which was useless. And then I built, this is not even a trap. This is like a monstrosity. Please, no, it didn't work. Like, I tried several times to get it in, but it just slithered through. Then I thought I had it in. I was like, oh, cool, it's in. It's not moving. Let me go down and see if I can feed it. Really? My next bright idea was to make it out of metal, because obviously it was like material. Nope, wasn't the material. Finally, we figured out if you put doors, it can't get out. And if you drop down eggs, that doesn't work. And then I remember it's a passive tame and it's a passive feed. But now it doesn't want the eggs. It's kind of stumped, but it was like day 84 and I didn't need it, so I just killed it. I know. I should have tamed it. I know. Leave your comments below. We continue our trophy hunt for Basilisk Blubber, the blubber from the big old whale. Well, kind of the small whale, not the big whale. Either way. And then, of course, we're down in the abyssal depths and then Alpha Mosa wants to get frisky. Need 2 blubbers left and find a 168 alpha bacillo. I was like, should I tame it? But then I spotted a 180 alpha bacillo right around the corner, so obviously I just came back and ate this guy. Now, for whatever reason, I had to have the max level, the 180 alpha bacillo. I mean, I never would use it, and it's not going to help me in my boss fights, but, you know, I mean, it's a max level. I had to do it. After we clear out all these surfactanists, and then waited for an entire day to feed this thing. Literally all day. But finally it wanted to be our friend. And now is day 86. Yeah, that took all day. Good job. Good job. Now we needed a good Daedon to take with us into the alpha fights, and it just so happened we spotted a 180 right here. Good thing is, after you tame the adult, you can go ahead and tame the juvenile passively without picking it up and taking it back to your base. Now, we couldn't go into battle without giving our Yudi a proper paint job and a proper name. Dr. Cooper it is. And just like that, we're off for our first alpha. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Our first alpha boss fight. I noticed the Daedon's not actually doing anything, so I gotta hop off and turn it on because I didn't turn it on beforehand. Silly Addikt. That's alright, that's alright. Alpha Broodmother had no chance. Didn't take any chances this time and just ran over and grabbed the artifact. Okay, 1 alpha down. And just like that, 1 down, 3 to go. Named the Arenio teacher's pet because I didn't know what to do with it, and it was just chilling here next to the nanny. Day 92, we were running out of time, so it was time to face Alpha Megapithecus. Just like that, we were halfway through. 2 down, 2 to go. The easiest way to get the Tyrannus hearts and the Thylacolias is to go to Jotunheim, because they're everywhere. But to survive Jotunheim, you gotta be able to survive the cold. So we came to the Penguin Shrine to test things out, and we didn't freeze. We didn't freeze, so we're gonna go to Jotunheim because we need some Yudi lungs and some Thylacolia claws. When we got there, we were still ice cubing, but it wasn't that bad, and we could manage it with some health potions. So we set out on our slaughter. Then there, in the distance, the wild Fenrir. Highest level we saw, we had to tame it. And before we left, we saw this alpha megatherium, so we tamed it too. Although we weren't actually gonna ever use it, and we ran out of health potions, so we had to get the fuck out of there. One of the last resources we need was Tuso tentacles. Luckily, I knew a second spawn point where they show up on this map, and wouldn't you know, we found the Tuso. Now the second one was a pretty high level, and I would have rather tame it, but I needed those tentacles, man. Give me those tentacles. And then we decided it was time to go ahead and do the alpha dragon. We had a little piggy full of meat, and yeah, let's go! This is like a dream, right? Something's wrong. Something's not right. I got a bad feeling about this. Oh, I don't think this is a dream. This might be a nightmare. What is going on? Wait, no, that can't be right. Not Big Mama. Not Big Mama. Okay, it's not looking good for you, boy. But we found this Rex just chilling over here, not doing shit. Would you do something? Okay, that's it. We're officially alone now. Mono a mono. Let me just nibble your ankles, maybe. Maybe that'll work. Okay, this is not right. Something is wrong. This can't be real. In our last ditch effort before the Yuri goes, we try to get some space. Yeah, it didn't work too well. Sorry, Yuri. Come on, you big mother. He's so close. We got this. We got this. We don't got this. Oh no. Ah, what a crazy dream that was. Wow, that was weird. This is how it really went down. Yeah, this is how it happened. Yeah. Alright, we just gotta regroup. We're good, we're cool, we're good. It was looking hairy there for a minute, but I think we've got this! Come on, you ugly beast, you go down! Oh, it happened. It happened. It finally happened! Yes! We are only coming back with Big Mama, 2 Rexes, and the Yudi. Dr. Cooper, good job. Oh, these were nice and all, but there were still one more head I needed to collect. Alpha Manticore, you're next. This is it. It's for all the marbles. What? Where's Dr. Cooper? Where's Big Mama? What? Alright, Addict's gotta do what an Addict's gotta do, and Addict's gotta kill the Manticore. With a bunch of Rexes, it didn't take him long to get pinned and trapped. And then we just nibbled away until he was no more. And with that, dear viewer, we have defeated the 4 alpha bosses. They thought they could stop us. Not on my watch. If you liked the video, please hit the like. If you want to see what happens next, hit subscribe. Leave your comments below. And until then, I'll catch you next time.